Hello, welcome back, and we hope you enjoyed the second episode. So now, please, can we look at who regulates medical laboratory science in Nigeria and who is really responsible for monitoring manpower?
The Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria deals with the training of professionals, like monitors the training of professionals in universities and the colleges of health, accredits those colleges of health and universities that are compliant with the council's own standards, and makes sure that, okay, the practitioners that are being trained are actually competent enough to practice as medical laboratory scientists before they are inducted into the practice. And what we have in Nigeria is that we have professionals who graduate with a provisional license. Then you go for a mandatory 1-year internship before you can become a full-fledged medical laboratory scientist that has the license to practice as well as associate member registration. Now, all of those things are like functions of the council. Generally in Nigeria, it looks like there is a different expectation of what the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria should be or should do from practitioners compared with what the policy actually says, what the Act says. The Act 11 of 2003 talks about the role of the registrar. And when I went through it, because last week there was quite a debate about what the office of the registrar should be, what the board should do. When I went through it, I saw that the registrar was more like a secretary to the board and someone that implements the decision of the board.
Okay.
The role of the registrar in the council is more or less to ensure that the register of licensed and competent professionals is available, to ensure that standards for regulation, for accreditation, and training are set. The registrar of the council is an appointee of the federal government of Nigeria. He would have access to some, powers that be. He has access to the Minister of Health. He would have access to some other functionaries of the government, and so can advocate for the profession. So when we talk about employment or maybe seeing to it that there is adequate manpower, I think that that function belongs to the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria. You may try to make your findings from some other people.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's
you.
fine.
Sorry, I have to come in there a bit. Me, I feel like an act is like a document and that can be reviewed. And reviewing it means bringing in some things that you see necessary that can help improve the system. So if that act is not giving the council the privilege or the ability to also ensure that these people who are trained and licensed are well employed and well paid as per manpower aspect, I think there's a gap there that needs to be filled. It should be the council business, because we are a scientist that you try to ensure that, yes, this person is trained and went for internship, you deem the person competent, you give the person license, and at the end of the day, the person is not employed anywhere. The person becomes a quack somewhere because he or she could not get a job, and then engages in all sort of rubbish practices. It doesn't really give you that good reputation. Something needs to be done about it if it's not part of the act.
Onaoluwa, please, which body is involved in setting out guidelines as to what a standard laboratory should look like and what people working in the lab should be like?
That's the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria.
Good. Then I think part of their role should also be ensuring adequate manpower within the lab. But if you are saying that it's the association that is involved in doing that, like Peter said, then I think there is need to synergize. Then the association, if they are the force that should be doing that, then they should be going around to do that. So let me not outrightly say that, okay, it's the council, but I feel when it comes to standard and quality, anything that has to do with quality should be the council. And quality also involves making sure that the people providing service is enough. Because if you have one person doing a job of 20 people, you cannot get quality out of it. Yeah, it's something we can probably dig more into and see.
Yes, like I said, there are policies that talk about, the human resources for health, each particular setting. But who drives the implementation? That's the aspect where I'm looking at it from the angle of council is a federal government agency. I know that council inspects, they monitor for, it's not like inspection every day. They monitor for quackery, and periodically they go to a particular state and do inspections around the state. They have monitoring teams. They have assessors, people that go around for those inspections just to check that, okay, the labs are operating according to the standards they have set up. But we have to be sincere and realistic that those on-the-spot assessments or those on-the-spot inspections cannot actually tell, 100% of what goes on day to day. And that is where the members and the association have a lot of roles to play. We are the watchdogs. We are the ones on the field. We should be the ones reporting to the council whenever we see anything that is not according to standard. I doubt if the council has an office in every state of Nigeria. I know they have regional offices, like they have in Lagos, they have in Jos, they have in, of course, Abuja is the headquarters.
I think they have in Oka too, Anambra State.
Okay, Okaye. And I think as at the last time, they were saying that they were trying to get offices in all the federal secretariats across Nigeria, but they had been able to get in Gombe and get in maybe Jos or so. So, but I don't think they have a spread in 36 states of Nigeria yet. They do not have that yet. I wouldn't know about that. But I do know that for all of the labs that are accredited, they know the number of people that are working with them. And their licenses, of course, are in the council database.